Hey everyone, is a dealer back with another Modern Era G.I. Joe review. And for this video, we're going to finish taking a look at the remnants of the 2017 Missile Command HQ set. So what we have right here is we have a poly-bagged Cobra and Cobra Officer. So we'll just get right into it as we usually do. I do got my trusty Old Faithful this time. Go ahead and get the display stand put in frame here. So what I'm going to do, very lightly, I'm going to figure out where the tape starts. I'm just going to make a slight cut over the tape, just enough to get it to come undone there. Hopefully not cutting into the file card. So this will go pretty quick because this is BAU here. So first and foremost, we've got the file card, and there it is in frame for those of y'all that want to read it, etc. And then we'll do things a little differently than what we usually do, and nothing wrong with change. Change is good. I feel like I got enough videos on this channel, y'all already know what to expect. So, two-prong Cobra stand, looks good. Helmet with the blue, no insignia or anything indicating bottom of the barrel for ranking. And then we got our standard black Cobra issue rifle. I'm not sure what make model this is, but it's pretty common. Usually we see this decoed out as like a wood grain color here on some of the variations. However, this one is all black, and it's fine. Good detail, good sculpting, good molding, as per the usual with what you would expect in this modern era offering. So, getting right into it. Taking a look at the figure here, we've got a good Cobra stamp that is clean. It's actually really clean. It's giant. It's bigger than what was on the vintage figure, which, I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, we're in the modern era, so I'm expecting modern era-esque quality here. Now, I see here that the gloves are blue, which I guess that's a good throwback. You know, for the vintage fans, it doesn't really do anything for me because, again, I've got probably I don't know, close to 40 or 50 of these guys now. So he'll just be another nameless, faceless trooper within the ranks. The only thing differentiating him from his brethren is the stand, the lower legs here, which are, I don't remember which ones these are offhand, but rest assured they have been used. So I realize I got him all geared up here, but we'll go articulation. Joints on this feel a lot better than on the Cobra Commander. So you get full articulation there, full articulation there. Nothing is impeded by the web gear. You get the double knee joint, which because of the sculpting you kind of flare out here, which is okay. Ankle articulation, you get the standard, you know, left to right movement, up and down. So all that's good. Will he be able to accommodate a vehicle? Yeah, bet your bottom dollar he will. So all that looks good. And I guess, you know, for sake here and just trying to avoid some cuts, I'm just going to get him geared up, get him stood up on the display base there, and he can kind of hang out in the background, which is fine. So next we'll just get right into the officer, and same deal here. So I'm just going to make a slight recess here, and voila, perfection. Hands of a surgeon, ladies and gentlemen, hands of a surgeon. Put the poly bagging to the side. We'll talk accessories here. Again, with surgical precision. Okay, let's see what he's got. So, he's got a stand, designates him as Cobra Officer. He's got sort of like the AK-ish model gun, or maybe the SKS, I don't know what that is. And then his helmet, what we're accustomed to seeing, he has the designation of Officer. So we'll go ahead and get him geared up. And here's what I like about this guy. So his web gear is slightly differentiated as to So in the 25th run, I want to say this whole thing was gray, but I like how they got the paint apps on the shoulder here. That looks good. Silver Cobra insignia as opposed to red, and that is sharp as a nail. So lower legs here look a little different than what we are used to seeing on this unit, this particular model. Articulation, because of the sculpting, etc., it does have a tendency to flare out. Full 360-degree momentum. No, not hindered at all by the web gear, which is a plus. So elbows. Boy, oh boy, what did they do here? Oh, here we go. So the elbow feels a little tight. Not to the point where it's uncomfortable or you feel like you're gonna break something. However, that can't be it, is it? Yeah, sure enough, that is it, folks. That's all you get. So not even a full bend on that. So you get articulation here at the wrist, and then for ankle articulation, you get the typical 25th articulation. So paint on the face looks good. Clean for the most part. Eyes and everything else look great. I'm digging it, and we didn't scrutinize this guy, so let's just go ahead and do that for good measure. Once again, paint is clean on the mask, the eyes, the eyebrows, and it is a nice touch that they gave these guys hair, because the 25th variant of this figure had them with no hair, literally skin tight. So go ahead and position him on his stand. Get him outfitted with his armament here, his gun, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put these guys on, and then kind of showcase that, and we'll zoom in a little bit, that way y'all can see that. So all in all, I mean, I'm digging these guys. I always like the Army Builder units. I'm a huge fan of when they incorporate them, because I'm a troop builder. I think I've got probably every variation of this figure now, down to the DVD pack, where they have the guy with the cart and whatnot. And then here's the officer file card there, so you can get caught up. I mean, this looks like a 1-for-1 for the 25th. And then if you're the kind of person who, you know, likes this sort of stuff, you can just drop them in here for later reference, and then you still have a good amount of file cards that can be stored in here, which I think, I mean, it's thoughtful. Me, I keep all my file cards in like a big box. So yeah, so definitely, I guess let me bring these guys closer into frame here. That way my camera doesn't bug out. So again, that's what they look like. All in all, I think they look good. Are these guys worth purchasing the set? Look, I don't know. If you can find one without damage, you know, to the outside, and you can get your seller to ship it to you, I mean, the set overall, maybe it's worth a pickup. I mean, here's the deal, right? Like, it really all comes down to how much are you as an individual willing to pay for literally 3 figures and some cardboard. I mean, that's it, right? I mean, literally, let's talk expectations and whatnot. If the set is nothing groundbreaking, I understand it's a rehash of an exclusive that was put out in the 80s, and it's purely to get the nostalgia factor. Like, it gets that nostalgic, you know, feeling going, for sure. There's no doubt about that. But again, literally, oh, and it, you know, should be noted, it comes with the file card holder too. But I mean, literally, the Cobra Commander figure doesn't feel finished. I get it. I've got some people leaving comments like, oh, well, you know, that's the way it was in the vintage. I mean, look, man, we're in 2017 now, right? I expect better. It can be a 1-for-1, but I mean, you're gonna sit there and tell me they couldn't have spared the extra paint app? Like, nah, they could have easily applied the extra paint app. Seriously. So I mean, you know, things like that and whatnot. I mean, I get it. This guy's gloves are blue to kind of, you know, throw back to the vintage. But I mean, come on, where there's room for improvement, you should make improvements. I mean, clearly there was room for improvement. I mean, I mean, you can't say this is a 1-for-1. I'm sitting here knocking figures over. You can't sit here and say this is a 1-for-1 for the vintage because look, he's got a swivel back. He's got a swivel grip. You know, like these things got like 15 to 17 points of articulation that the vintage one didn't have, right? I mean, come on now. Like, let's just, you know, I'm not even like it's a matter of principle, I think, at this point, right? So yeah, so that's that. So that's part 2 for this video. We're gonna close out on that. Here's the deal: if you're willing to pay that much for cardboard, you should get the set. If you know, I don't know what the vintage one goes for these days because it wasn't something that was really on my radar. I was just excited to get new product, you know, for SDCC. I got it for the SDCC factor because I've been buying those sets over the years, and I'm not going to stop anytime soon. So that's the reason I bought it. Like, did the Missile Command kind of give me that nostalgic feeling? Maybe, sure, yeah. When I was piecing it together, like, yeah, it's probably something I missed out on as a kid. But I mean, really, it all comes down to you. Like, what are you willing to spend your hard-earned money on? If it's cardboard in a pretty box, go for it. If you're one of those people that are a little, you know, tighter with your money, you only got so much to go around, probably a pass. I mean, you're really not missing much. Like, these figures, like I said, they're going to go in with the rest of the ranks, and, you know, I won't be able to tell them apart from the next one except for maybe this guy because his stand is different, and there's enough difference on the lower part of him that, yeah, I guess he would break it up kind of in a group shot. So, but that's all for now. So if y'all like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Till next time, take care. Catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks for tuning in.